Welcome to Miss Palmer's sixth grade ELA class. So, today we are going to talk about, is it real or is it fake? Huh. Fake news or real news? My course content is to teach that some websites are more reliable than others, and that social media can be misleading. My goal or objective is for students to learn that not everything on websites and social media are true. They will learn how to determine if the website is fake or is real by using the CRAP test method. For my formative assessment, I will be using a booklet of real or fake news. It will be assigned to the class and they can do it on their own. We won't play it as a game. They'll be able to do it just on their own so I can see how well they do. And then we will move on from there. Then I have a video that they can watch, Fact versus Fake. And this is by cbckids.ca. This was something that I felt that my sixth graders would actually be able to comprehend and understand. And then that way they can get the gist of what is fact and what is fake. So I guess after that video, I will be a handing out the rubric so that they know what is expected of them, and in this lesson, which will probably take several weeks to do, but this is what they will be doing. Making sure that they know the information. I want them to work well when they're working well in groups, things like that. And I have that at the end of the rubric at the end of my slideshow. So we will be going over currency. What is the timelines of the info? I usually allow anywhere from 3 to 5 years for currency. I know that some of our other teachers allow more. The social studies history, they allow longer timelines, which I understand. But in my class, anywhere from 3 to 5, I will accept. Relevance. How well does the info fit your needs? Is it relevant to the topic that you might be looking for? Authority. Who's the source of the info? Is it written just by some random person, or is it written by a doctor or written by a company? Accuracy. How reliable and correct is the info? Can I look it up to find out if it is correct or accurate on another site? And then purpose. What's the reason the info exists? Also, are they trying to sell you something? Are there a lot of pop up ads? Um, Things like that. So we will go right into the vocabulary words and also the different types of websites that you can get things from. So biased, they they need to know that not everything out there is true. It's just not, and that's just the way it is. And some sites are going to try to get you to believe it, and so I'm trying to make sure that that's not the point. Then we talk about, like I said, our different websites: edu, gov, org, and .com. So they need to know which ones are reliable. Although we would think that the government would be reliable, but it's not because it is biased at times. So I really have to let them know that that's not something, you have to be careful of that. Um, and with education, if it's a doctor or if there's statistics, stuff like that, let them know that that could be a little more truthful. But then again, we have to watch out because it could be bias. So the students need to go to Canvas, something that they need to do frequently. Go to Canvas, click on their assignments, and look for, is it credible? Complete that and submit that. I have given a little example of the assignment where it just asks if things are what they might think. It might give them a website, it might not, um, and things like that. So those are just some examples of what they need to answer. Then we're going to move along to the work, to the student projects. So what I would like for them to do is work in groups of two. For step one, they need to look on the internet and find one article and one picture that looks real, but it's fake, and the other one fake, but it's real. So there should be a total of 4 things that they find. I want them to place those on Google Slides with the web address. They can't tell their partner, or not tell their partners, tell their peers if it's true or fake, because we're going to go over this together at some point, and discuss it. And here's an example. So we're talking about the $500 bill. It has, I put the site up here, and then they can click on that if they want. It goes to the site. Now, this is BuzzFeed.com. So, are we going to believe that source or not? Well, we're going to have to look it up on another thing to see if it's actually true. Because I want them to know that they can't just go with their first thing. Next, once they get those 4 things done and those slides turned into me, I will put each slide together in a file, and then we're going to put this on the Promethean board. And actually, we're going to go through the currency. Is it relevant? The authority and accuracy and purpose. But they are actually going to have to present this. I'm not presenting it. They'll have to present it as a group, with their slides, and go over that information that I just gave you about the CRAP test, and to make sure that it is actually reliable information, if it's true or not. So, at the end of our lesson, we're going to have a little fun with this. True truths, easier said than done, and a lie game. So, students will come up with 2 truths about themselves or something in life and 1 lie. We'll go around the room, and they'll have to tell their peers what it is, and their peers will have to figure it out. Now, they're not going to be able to look it up. They're going to have to do some guessing work. They're going to have to find out if this person is telling the truth or not, because this stuff might not be on the internet, so they can't look it up. But I think this is a good segue to, if and when they get on social media, they will know that things that are said or written on those platforms are not always true. People are out to make themselves look better than what might actually be happening in their lives. So I wanted them, that's how we will get into the social media. Um, I um, I want to tell them about it, but I know a lot of them don't have social media because their parents don't let them, and that is also something that is banned from being on our computers, so they can't get on that. That's the hard part about this lesson, is I'm hoping that everybody has, that isn't blocked to look some things up and find out truth or um, fact or truth or fact or fake. Here's my assessment at the end, which I was giving out to them earlier just so that they know. They need to demonstrate clear knowledge of the topic. Um, Also, they followed directions in class. They worked well with their partner. They used they used the class time effectively, and they completed their assignments on time. So that's what I will be grading them on. Um, and Hopefully, like I said, all of them will be able to get on the internet and not be blocked from getting some of the information that they may or may not need. Um, so that is my presentation. Again, this is Sue Palmer, and thank you very much.